Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another story time. So, this is another story time about awful friends. So, this is another person that I had been friends with for years, like since high school. So, let's just call her Sasha. I met Sasha while I was a freshman in high school. She moved to my town, and I had always been the kind of person that would be the first one to greet new or exchange students. I was one of those kids that was popular, and I didn't even know it because I really didn't care. Well, Sasha and I became friends pretty quickly, and we would hang out with my best friend at the time, Paige, which you guys have heard about before. So check out my first Awful Friends story time to hear about that one. Anyway, as time went by and I was hanging out with Sasha, I started to notice that her only friends were the ones that I introduced her to, and some of my friends didn't like her at all. That should have been my first red flag, to be honest. Well, we would always hang out after, like at school and after school, even after graduating, we were still friends. So I was in a different state when I was in college, and during that time, Sasha's mom died. I knew her mom as well, and I wished that I could have attended the funeral Sasha invited me to come via Facebook. I responded to her saying that I wish I could, but I couldn't make it because of school, my job at the time, and the fact that I didn't have a car nor a ride to get there. I added to my response saying that I know it's hard for her, so that she could always message me if she ever needed to talk, that I would be there. I never heard anything from her after that. Now, this next part needs a little backstory. I had a boyfriend who had passed away when I was in high school. It was the lowest point of my life. Literally the lowest. I was so depressed that I literally would have let myself die. Now, during this time, I did reach out to a few friends for help, Sasha included. She never said a word to me about it, never offered support, never said anything that wasn't about her. So now that that's covered, let's get back to maybe a few months to a year after Sasha's mom died. I received a message after I reached out to Sasha just asking how she was, and she claimed that I wasn't a good friend because I wasn't there to support her when her mom died, that I didn't come to the funeral, and all that. I straight up called her out on her lies and reiterated that I told her that if she ever needed to talk, that I was always there for her and that I had good reasons why I couldn't make it to the funeral, and had told her my reasons at the time. Then I called her out on being the hypocrite that she was, because she was never there for me when I needed someone the most. And yet, I was still a good enough friend to offer to be there for her whenever she needed me. So I basically told her to shove it up her butt and never contact me again. And then I blocked her. Well, a few years after that, I ended up moving back to my home state, my hometown for a little while. She comes knocking at my door out of the blue. I was unimpressed to see her to say the least. She said she was sorry for how she behaved, and when I asked her how she knew I was back in town and where I was living, she told me that one of my friends whom she worked with said something about it. This made me angry, especially because I told that friend not to tell anyone, because I just wanted to be at peace and not bothered until I got out of that town again. If you can't tell, I hate my hometown and a majority of the people in it. I'm not even friends with anyone from there anymore. It's really that bad. Well, I'm a forgiving person and I let her back into my life. That was a huge mistake. Because I was down on my luck again due to my ex-boyfriend, and Sasha was pretending to be my friend. I had a feeling this was the case, but because she would come over all the time, invite people I didn't know over, like whatever guy she was going out with at the time. She's the kind of girl who is what's considered a serial dater. I don't want to use the S word. She jumps from one relationship to another and sleeps with them. And of course, they break up with her or almost right after, because, the guys in my hometown are like that. All they want is one thing, and once they get it, that's it. Um, and to her, she thinks that a relationship isn't an actual relationship until like she sleeps with them. So that's a pretty toxic way of thinking it to begin with. So, you know, she's given them what they wanted, so why would they stay? Well, I did not appreciate any of what she was doing, but I was tolerable. I'm a very patient person. Like, my fuse is a million miles long. I don't get angry very often, and it's really hard to make me angry. So, I wanted to see how far this would go before she finally did something that would blow back up in her face. Well, she did it. By bringing someone over and then talking shit about me where I could hear her saying it and telling lies about me. Needless to say, she was kicked out of my home with everyone else she'd brought with her, and I did my absolute best to control my anger at the time. I blocked her again on all social media, and when I had kicked her out of my house, I told her to never step foot near me again because next time, I wasn't going to be so nice. I know she still talks crap about me. I don't need to hear about it from anyone, I just know. Because that's just the kind of person that she is. And this is even after I saved her butt from being abused by a guy she was with and had just shown up uninvited, unannounced, when we went to a lake to swim. That is another story for another day, I suppose, huh? Well, needless to say, I am no longer friends with Sasha, and I don't think I ever will be again. Because I have given her more than enough chances and she has blown them all and has proven to me that she is an awful, toxic person who cannot be trusted. So, I hope that you liked this, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up down below and let me know down below like what kind of stories you want to hear next time. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.